Well, growing up with my father, he was the town doctor, and we would do house calls every evening after work. And I would always look up to him and I would say, Dad, why do you work so much? And he would say, it's never work if you love what you do. So, growing up in that atmosphere, he would always debate me and challenge me and be a devil's advocate. And he said, I think you should go into the law. And I saw how much he really respected lawyers, and several of his friends were lawyers. So he always said, you should be a lawyer. So he really pushed me to go into law. My father is Colombian from Bogota. My paternal grandfather in Colombia was a lawyer and a judge. I had the opportunity to clerk for the 11th Circuit in law school, where I was mentored by two very good judges. And at that point, I really saw the impact and the change that can be made in people's lives and the litigants that were appearing before them. And after that, I always wanted to be a judge at the end of my career. Being a judge means really being patient and kind and helpful to everyone that appears in front of you every single day, no matter what you're going through. Being the balance in the courtroom among the chaos, and also being very active in your community and being a role model for young lawyers and young women, little boys and girls, getting out there and speaking in schools, letting them know what you do. Um, that's the best part of this job, and I think it's an important role to play. I think that it's really having the ability and the platform to get out there into the community. People actually want you to show up and care what you have to say, which is nice. So I get to speak to a lot of young children, and I get to mentor a lot of young women in law school, which is it's my passion. I had three young ladies who interned for me this summer, and it was just an excellent experience all the way around. I get joy from it. They benefit from it. They help me tremendously, and I really try to take a overall kind of uh, older sister approach to my mentoring. So it's all encompassing. It's not just the law. It's how to present yourself, how to brand yourself, how to be a young lady, how to transition from law school into the profession. So that's what I really enjoy doing. Adoptions by far. I love adoptions because they are confidential. I can't tell you about any particular one, but I do fight back tears. Just completing the family unit, having everyone in there, and sometimes parents waiting 2, 3 years after struggling and not being able to have children. It's such a touching experience, and the energy in the room is it's profound. And adoptions by far are my favorite. I think that our bench should mirror and align itself to our community, and I don't believe that it does at this time. I believe that minorities, Hispanics, and other minorities need to be well represented on the bench, and I don't believe that our numbers are up there. So I do believe we should have more Hispanics on the judiciary. I think it's imperative. I think that we should all come together. This is, a country where our parents came over from Colombia or Cuba or Venezuela, and these are our roots, and it's so important for us to keep traditions in the family and really pass it on to the next generation and help build our community in Broward County. So I think it's imperative for all Hispanics to work together to better the county. I would say if you're interested, definitely go into public service, either public defender or the AG's office or the state attorney's office, because that's where you really get an idea of what public service means to you on a daily basis, and to see if you really enjoy that. And then obviously clerk for a judge, that's a wonderful opportunity. And really start thinking years in advance about who you want to be in your legal community, and be kind the whole way through, because if you want to be a judge, they're going to look you up and they're going to call every single person that you go to trial with and get your trial experience, get in the courtroom, get your numbers that you need to have when you're interviewing for a judicial application or if you're in an election.